Thing on. Yes. All right, and we're going to be talking about how do you, well, first of all, I just did a product launch that ended at the end of March, and I'm going to show you the measurement plan and the media plan for how we're driving people to a launch system. So how do you measure every step along the way with launching something that's time sensitive? How do you measure just about everything you're doing in that campaign and the entire process? So this is really dense. There's a lot of things we're going to go through, and so I'm just going to get right into it, okay? Now, let's start with the background on the case study. We are running a time-sensitive campaign. It ran in March, and it's still going. So this is the end of phase 1. So I'm reporting to you on the things that we learned from the first phase of our campaign. We have a lot of next steps, and I'm going to tell you what we're going to do after that in this campaign that's currently ongoing. And you can see how we basically go from phase 1 and what we learned there, how we're going to implement that through phases 2, 3, and 4, and how we're going to continue to make this better. And it was open for 1 week, so that's something to know here is that we only sold this product for 1 week. It's not something you could buy anymore. It was only available for 1 week. Now, why did we do a time-sensitive launch? Because it's modeled after this guy named Jeff Walker who does the product launch formula. I'm not sure if you've heard of this, but basically it's a way to launch a product. And when you look at the landing pages, you'll see that you've probably seen these launches before. And the other thing is that urgency and scarcity is a key to getting sales for this type of product that's being sold. And it's delivered in real time. So the class is actually something that started. So it's an online course that I created, and the first day of class was last Monday. So we had to close it down so we could open up the course to people who were using it. Now, how do you plan for a launch? First thing is you want to have a visual asset map. So before you even do anything, before you develop too many assets, you want to map out how this is going to look. What's the picture that we're using to develop something? So as you can see here, we're talking about several landing pages, several pages along the way. We have cart pages. We have all kinds of different things in here. Now, if you want to see this slide, my email address is at the end of the presentation. You can email me, and I can send you this slide so you can use it for your own campaigns, whatever you're trying to measure. But basically, take inventory of everything that you want to measure on your entire process. Now, this doesn't fit onto one slide because we have a lot of things going. So we have these landing page processes, and then we also have an email sequence for the day that the website is open. And it's basically let them know that the cart's opening tomorrow. We send that out on a Sunday. On Monday, we say, if you act early, here's a bonus we're going to give to you. We do a webinar announcement on Tuesday. We do Q&A on Wednesday. We do like a final push towards the end to say this is closing now. And so that's really essentially how this campaign is going. Another thing I should say is that the main driver of people to this campaign is through a house email list. So people who are already on our email list for our website, that's who is the main audience we're sending this to. And it's also supported with Facebook ads and remarketing. Okay, so when we get into traffic, where does this audience come from? So as we see here, it's email marketing to our house lists, and it's also Facebook ads, general Facebook ads to lookalike audiences, people who have who look like people who have purchased our courses or our items in the past, as well as some people who have already visited the site and remarketing to them. Now, the initial traffic plan is since we have an extensive product in a short time window and we want to warm up our previous customers, we want to use email because email is very effective if somebody's already conditioned to receiving emails from you. That's a really good way to get your initial feedback as to whether this is going to work or not. So remember, this is phase 1 of a launch, and phase 1 is about understanding, is this effective or not? Is this even possible for us to get any kind of traction with what we're doing? And then we have the Facebook and remarketing ads as a backup piece. And I'll tell you how that factored into this campaign and how we made adjustments to utilize more remarketing as we went forward. Now, the next step, once you have your map and you have everything you want, you need to create the assets. So we had assets like opt-in pages. We did a different video for each of the opt-in pages. We created a pre-sales video where it would be unlocked every 2 days. You could see one of these videos. We put in place a cart page where you could have what we call the short cart. So it's basically the buy now button. You have a very short amount of copy, and the people who are ready to buy, they can buy now. Then we have a long sales page. As you can imagine, you've probably seen long sales pages. Some people swear that they work. Some people think that they're too long. That's something you can test. So we did this later in the campaign. If they didn't buy off of the short page, we gave them a long one to give them more information to get at where they were going. And I'll show you about engagement metrics for all these in just a minute here. Checkout page. So you basically create all your assets. Now, I'm going through this very quickly in slides. This is about a 2-month process to create the assets themselves. So just to create the landing page and get everything going takes quite a bit of time. Now, once you have your assets in place and you have, according to your map,